wonderful holiday.
Hey, there's something strange over there. Come on, let's take a look.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is LP Cruise 212, and I was actually going to go for a 9 o'clock stream, but then my dumb self chose to go out, right, and go to a dollar store that's like a mile and a half near where I live, right, and search for the Monster Rehab green teas, right? Unfortunately, I came up empty-handed once again. What's up, Cameron? Dude. Here's the story, right? I've been to 4 7-Elevens, right? One near me, one by the cemetery, then another one from another town that's near me, and then one past the train station. So I've been one near my house, one near the cemetery, one in Lyndhurst, and then one by East Rutherford. Unfortunately, none of those 4 7-Elevens did not have the Monster Rehab green teas. None of them. And then I choose to go to the dollar store that's like a mile away.
Jean will be upset if she catches us lazing
Right?
around like this.
And they have all the monster flavors, right? Including the new ones that recently just came out. Except for the Monster Rehab green tea. So, technically, I'm going on a wild goose chase over here searching for this flavor. And I bet you PA and all other states probably have the Monster Green iced teas. And I know these people are loving it. And I kid you not. Green tea is like most popular. So, like, if I'm not mistaken. Oh my god. Dude, I have not listened to hip hop since I was 17, man. Going into 18. I stopped listening to rap, like, after I got into rock music. But, as I was saying, but what I'm saying is this. I'm on a wild goose chase looking for this thing. Next thing I know, I'll be like, somewhere further down, or even out of state. Yeah, I'm on a wild goose chase searching for the Monster Green Tea. Monster Rehab Green Tea. Actually, hold up one second. I'm gonna post it on my community post to show you what it actually looks like. Just give me one sec, ladies and gentlemen. Just hang on one second. I'm gonna put this on my community post. Nah, not the Cookie Monster, man. I'm not talking about Cookie Monster. I'm talking about this Monster Energy Drink Rehab flavor that I've been searching. Hang on one sec. Post. Now, where's it? Hold on. There it is. Alrighty then, it should be it's posted. Okay. I just posted it. So hopefully that you guys will get the chance to see what this can looks like. It's part of the rehab flavors. Or rehab labels, basically. I've been talking to Savage about this. Because you know, me and Savage have tried many different monster flavors in the past. Hell, I even remember when I first tried the Monster Rehab Green Tea years ago. When I tried it, it wasn't that bad, but that got recalled. The Dragon Green Tea labels were the best labels they ever created. And they go and discontinue it. It was the best labels they ever created. And they had the Dragon Green Tea. Dragon Green Tea. Like, dude. and they mastered the formula of the green iced tea. No calories, no sugar, no sodium. Dude, you couldn't even ask for a... Like, what more can you ask from that? Like, that was the best flavor they did. And that label got discontinued. I was so upset when they discontinued that label. I'm just like, damn.
I won't let you down.
And then like they repackaged it to like bigger, like with bigger cans. I'm just like, why would you do that? Why would you do that to the Dragon Tea labels? Like number one, here's the thing. Yeah, I have to agree. Like, it was the first cans of the Dragon Tea labels, right? The 16-ounce cans of the Dragon Tea labels, they were beautiful. It had a dragon on it too, and like the surface of the can, like it was amazing. Like I freaking loved it. Yeah.
I'll race you there.
Yeah, it had a dragon on it too.
Bet you can't keep up with
I
me.
think when they first introduced it, they introduced it with white tea. White tea wasn't that bad. I mean, like it was like all natural and stuff like that. It was part of the Rehab label at first before Dragon Tea became its own label, when it came out with Yerba Mate and Dragon Green Tea. Let's shoot. But the first time they introduced the green tea for the Rehab labels, like back in like 2010, they recalled it because there was something life-threatening in that, and that they had to discontinue it right away. They had to recall it. So, yeah. There was some monsters that my brother and I have tried, like in the past. We've tried like the Ultra Zeros. We even tried Uber Monster that one time. It was like a malt monster, and that's what it was. It was actually pretty good. It came like in a bottle, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's something that my brother and I come up with a topic the next time we stream together. So. Okay. Man, dude. I cannot believe, like, I came up empty-handed again. Well, I'll have to go somewhere further to go search for these green tea monsters. Actually, I don't think I'd have to go far. I think there's one place I know, but I'm not gonna say it. Besides, I've told my brother, like, if he sees them to let me know. Well, I technically did not come empty-handed, actually. So I think at the dollar store, I did find my favorite Mountain Dew flavor in their energy drink label of the Mountain Dew Energy, the Cherry Lime Lift. That's personally my favorite one. But those Mountain Dew flavors have been starting to become pretty hard to find. Because I've seen that usually like the major dollar stores are carrying those. And some corner stores are getting some. So yeah, so tonight is going to be the Stream-Furina story quest in Fontaine. So
my apologies.
Yeah, there is such thing. Yes, I did. Yo, who's shooting bombs at me? Who's pulling out the Wile E. Coyote? Ah, these silly chills.
Whirling snow.
I'll give you a Wile E. Coyote. Ah, got you guys.
My apologies. Unthinkable. No touching.
Lucky shot, you stupid Healy Turtle. I made that shot before I had a bomb. That's a Tank Dempsey reference right there, if you guys don't know what that means. I think Tank Dempsey says, I made that shot without a gun. I think he says that to Richtofen after Richtofen makes a shot. I think that's in Kino der Toten, if I'm not mistaken, Black Ops 1. That's like one of the Tank Dempsey quotes. Oh man. This was not that bad. This is what, number 3? Yeah, this is number 3 and this is number 4. Small stuff for Healy Churls. Well, that's good. So I get to beat up some Healy Churls today. There we go. Yeah, this is actually pretty easy, so...
Go, go, Baron Bunny!
Oof, that's gonna hurt. Amber doing the job.
That's more like it. That's
Oops.
cheating.
That was not supposed to happen.
Here.
It's going that way. Hey, Healy Churls. Missed something.
No touching. Let it rain.
There we go. Yeah, there you go. Oh, you can't pick a fight.
Whirling snow. Yeah.
I don't know how he was still standing, but all I know is that Healy Troll should have been long gone. Still can't believe I'm on that wild goose chase.
A blade embraces its duty, as a jeweler cherishes their gems.
So yeah, so actually snowing earlier today, and I believe we got a foot of snow, but then next thing you know, like once the snow stopped, the snow started melting. I'm like, are you serious? Like, shoot. It was cold enough for the snow to stick, but once the weather got a little bit warmer, the snow started to melt. I'm like, damn, seriously? I'm like, shoot. And I knew the freaking groundhog not seeing a shadow was all nothing but superstition. It's like this. Anytime the groundhog says, or the groundhog does not see its shadow, and they predict that we're gonna have an early spring, nope, they thought wrong. Oh, hello. I don't know where this came from, but hey, I'll take that. Okay, so. Here you go, Geronimo!
Take flight.
Hey, Hewley Churls. You should have seen it coming. Time for a Hewley Churl beat down. That's right. Get your butts kicked.
We're way behind. Access denied. With all my strength.
Oh, you guys are such losers. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Ouch. Look at Amber doing the crit. She critting right now.
Here.
Oh, you chump. Ooh. Just look at that. Where Amber crits, you know damn well that Amber's gonna do some damage. Amber doing the damage. That's how it's done. And people say Amber's useless. No, she's not. She's not useless. You just gotta build her right. I don't think a lot of people who have used Amber, they probably have like a really good, like a better build than me, to be honest. But I think my Amber is probably one of the best Ambers that. Probably. I'm saying one of the best. I'm not saying the best Amber build, but I think it's one of my best Amber builds. Because Amy for Hip actually has checked out my Amber and to get like suggestions of a stronger Amber. But she knows that I have a C6 Amber. C6 Amber. She's got a Crimson Witch set, which is good, because Crimson Witch is hard to freaking like farm, basically. Yeah.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Thank you for completing today's commission.
Yeah, but I think this is like the underrated build that I did for Amber, but you know. It's like this. People who have not used Amber and probably think that they're not gonna use Amber again, but here's the thing. You have to like experiment. Like when you experiment with artifacts, right? With certain characters, and if that does not fit, you switch to a different artifact set for that character. Like if it works, you keep it. Like with Amber, she had the Wanderer's Troop set for a while. She was doing okay. But then I changed it to Wanderer's Troop to Crimson Witch. So once I put the Crimson Witch set on her, she was doing massive damage. I was just like, yeah, that's the one I want. But the thing is, she was possessing a different bow beforehand. She was possessing the sacrificial bow. But the thing is, that's good too, because that has energy recharge. And then since I had the sucker in rank 5, you had an 80% chance of a cooldown, basically, if it gets in contact with an enemy, basically. So that's basically good for Amber as well, if you just want her to do like a support and stuff like that. But what changed was this. Aqua Simulacra. Technically, that's Yelan's weapon. So the minute I gave that to her, I was just like, yup. This is the Amber build that I want. I'm keeping it. That's how I want it. A lightning bolt? No. No, it's not a lightning bolt. I think if you're referring to Amos's bow, it may look like a lightning bolt, but it's not. The sacrificial bow is the zigzag shape. Are you talking about the string list? Because I know that's more like a zigzag, actually. Unless you're talking about the sacrificial bow. Or Amos's bow. One of them is shaped like a lightning bolt. Oh! Oh yeah, you are talking about the string list. Yeah, it looks... Oh, the Thundering Pulse. Oh, you're talking about the Thundering Pulse. Yo, the Thundering Pulse is usually a 5-star weapon. Basically, that's Yoimiya's, but I gave it to Kale. Which is kind of insane, if you ask me. Oh, shoot. I've come to find out that I almost have 27 of these suckers. How did I not notice that? And then, if I have more of these guys, then there's a chance that I can send that sucker to level 90. So freaking perfect. What's funny was that when I built Kale, right? I was supposed to make her support, but I turned her into a crit by accident, without even realizing it. So, that was luck. It was freaking luck. I'll tell you that for sure. Okay, so... now we got that out of the way. Now it's time to do Furina's character quest. Now, I want to do this before I continue on with the Lantern Rite, because there's one more act that follows through it. So, no, that's the wrong one. No, to yesterday. Okay, so we got to meet with Catherine and Fontaine. So, once the dialogue starts, that's when I mute my mic. All right, so here we go.
Commissions? Specifically one with a huge more attack, perhaps? Paimon's just being enthusiastic. We're old friends now, she gets it.
It's always a pleasure to see our two most avid adventurers again. Looking for the next challenge, I see. Actually, we do in fact have a rather urgent commission that is still open. Having read the details, however, I don't believe you'd consider it to be lucrative.
Don't worry about that. We were just kidding. So what's the situation?
To put it simply, the requester is looking for a temporary replacement actress for their musical. The original cast member ran into some issues, and is currently unable to perform the role. But the troupe has also been experiencing some financial difficulties, so unfortunately they cannot afford to pay the replacement actress.
That does sound like a tricky situation. So basically they're looking for a volunteer?
That's right. Our adventurers reached out to many actresses, but none of them were willing to take the job. There are only a few days left until the performance. If they can't find someone in time, they'll probably have to postpone the show. And delays tend to create all sorts of new problems.
Got it. Oh, this one's a doozy. What do you think, Traveler? Any ideas? Even if we took the commission, neither of us have any experience starring in musicals.
If you're interested in helping, why not start by having a chat with the requester? He's right over there. Maybe you can't fill the role yourselves, but you might be able to help him figure out another solution. Maybe there's something he hasn't thought of.
Oh, it's that guy, huh? No wonder, he looks like he just ate a sour lemon.
Okay, this one's actually like optional, so let's see. We'll go with this one.
Paimon approves! Let's go! Hello there! Are you the guy looking for a new actress?
Wait, I know you two! Are you really willing to act in my musical?
Wow, sounds like we're pretty famous in Fontaine already. But to answer your question, neither of us have any experience in musicals. But we heard that you're in a bit of a bind, so we figured we could at least try to help you think of a solution.
Ah, I see. It's okay. I knew that asking for a volunteer was a long shot. If we can't find someone to step in, we'll have no choice but to cancel the show. It would be such a shame. That's the thing. We're not some high-profile theater troupe, just a group of amateur enthusiasts. All our sets and props are very crude. We're grateful enough just to get an audience, never mind ticket fees. If we had a way to make this profitable, things might have turned out differently. But now, it looks inevitable that we'll disband.
Disband? You're splitting up the troupe?
Oh, I guess the lady at the Adventurers Guild didn't tell you? Yeah, this is supposed to be our final show together as a troupe. One last show. And after that, we go our separate ways. So we were really hoping to end on a high note. Nobody wants things to just fizzle out. Not after all the time and effort we've invested into it. Yeah, the leading lady, in fact. She's been dealing with a chronic illness ever since childhood, and unfortunately, it flared up again recently. It really drains all her energy, so she's in no state to perform. The show just won't be the same without her. But for everyone else's sake, I still hope we can find a way to hold the performance on schedule.
Got it. We have a clearer picture now. Let's see if we can come up with any ideas. What if we sponsored the show? Traveler, how much more are you carrying?
Please, there's no need to go that far. I wouldn't feel right asking such a huge favor, and I can't promise that we'd ever be able to pay you back.
Okay, so this one kind of looks like a full sentence. So,
Good point. If the actress just goes through the motions for the Mora, that's not exactly rescuing the show. We should find someone who will put on the best performance possible. Oh, wait! What about, you know who?
that's a reference right there. Trying to go with the she who must not be named. We're talking about Furina. Like in a reference to like Lord Voldemort from Harry Potter. So I get this
That's how
reference.
you know we're the best of partners. Anyway, she should have all the free time in the world right now. She's really good at performing, and she was once super popular with the crowd. Performing in a musical should be a piece of cake for her.
Who are you thinking of? Sounds like someone famous. Her? You're... That was a joke, right?
Nope. Paimon doesn't actually know if she's performed on stage before, but Paimon's pretty confident that she'd be really good at it.
You're not wrong there. She has actually performed in a number of big-name shows before. They were one of the reasons she was so popular. But even if she's no longer the Hydro Archon, it's not like she's suddenly a commoner. She's still an idol to many people in Fontaine, including myself. I just think Lady Furina might feel a bit out of place in an amateur troupe like ours.
It's more like their hats, like their hoods are more pointy. Not like the heads.
Well, yes, but... Fair enough. I mean, if she was actually willing to, then of course I'd be honored to have Lady Furina star in our show. I'm sure the rest of the troupe would be delighted too. I'm sure everyone in our troupe has probably dreamt of performing on stage with her one day. Of course, it all depends on whether she's interested. She might consider this opportunity beneath her.
No point in stressing about that. We'll only know if we ask her. Besides, things are different now. There's no reason for her to be all high and mighty anymore.
Thank you for your help. I guess I'll just stay here and wait for the good news. Good luck.
Wait, where does Furina actually live nowadays? She used to live in luxury at the Palais Mermonia, but she's, moved out, right?
As it happens, I have her current address here. I can provide it to you.
Woo! When did you get here?
I came over when things were starting to sound more promising. I thought I should be at the ready in case my assistance is needed. It is my duty to support commissioners in any way I can.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Well, now that we've got the address, we'll go find Furina. Back in a jiffy.
Okay, so now we're gonna have to go find Furina and find out where she actually lives. Basically, we all know that she lives in Fontaine, but in this general area. So let's go find her. Okay, let's go down here.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
Yep, this is the house.
Did Catherine really give us the right address? She lives here? Not that there's anything wrong with this place, it's just, a bit of a step down from the Palais Mermonia.
You know, it's common courtesy to make sure the homeowner isn't in earshot when you're denigrating their abode.
Ah! Okay, when did popping on a thin air become all the rage? First Catherine and now you?
I was just out on a shopping trip. I ran out of macaroni, so I went to grab a few more bags. I used to have a much wider range of choices when it came to food, but now I'm finding that simple, traditional home cooking can be quite delicious too. Not at all. As long as you have different kinds of sauces in, you can have macaroni and tomato sauce one week, macaroni and bolognese the next.
Oh, sounds like you're really struggling to cope.
How rude! Questioning my cooking skills. The audacity! It's not like I have a very eventful life these days. Actually, I barely leave the house. So I don't see how it's unusual that my meals are a little simpler now too. Besides, I'm sure I could master dishes like la lettre faucilor or blubber profiteroles in no time, if I felt so inclined.
Ah, there it is. You don't know how to cook.
Not yet, maybe, but... Anyway, what are you even doing here? I do hope you didn't come here just to ogle at my fall from grace. Let me first be clear that I'm not taking guests at this time. So if you're just here to clown around, then please be on your way. Shoo!
Sorry! We're sorry! Please don't be mad! Yeah, exactly! What the Traveler said! Paimon wasn't trying to make fun of you. Hang on a sec, you weren't exactly holding back either!
My help? Well, maybe you're forgetting that I'm no longer the mighty Hydro Archon. I don't even have a vision, you know.
Don't worry, it's nothing that serious. It's just very specific, and you're the one with the power to help.
Oh? Well, if that's the case, then fine. I'll spare you the lecture about your attitude just now. So tell me, what specifically makes this matter so specific? Ah, I see. I knew you couldn't have come all this way just to amuse yourselves at my expense. After all, I was once the brightest star in all of Fontaine, well-versed in all the various performing arts. A mere musical is well within my capabilities. But given the present circumstances, I'm afraid I must regretfully decline your casting request.
How come? It sounds like this would be a breeze for you.
True, but I have made a decision to retire from the stage. Although I am no longer required to play the role of the Hydro Archon, the time I spent inhabiting that character has left an indelible mark on me. Centuries of pretending to be a different person changes you completely. I'm not the same person I once was. Of course, that can't be undone now. It's too late, and I have no intention of reinventing myself all over again. But at least I can say that I no longer desire to play any new roles.
Paimon can understand, but this is just a one-off part to fill in for someone who's sick. Surely that's okay.
Whether it's a one-off or not, it's a boundary that I've committed to no longer cross. If I make an exception to the rule now, I'm just leaving a back door for myself, which would be the same as not having a boundary in the first place. So I'm not going to perform, and that is that.
Okay, guess there's no convincing you. Well, is there anything else we can do to help out the troupe? Otherwise, they'll just have to disband without any fanfare. Do you know any other actors who might be interested in the role?
Nope.
Short and to the point, okay.
I've never been great at maintaining relationships. Besides, anyone I've ever worked with probably couldn't wait to get rid of me. Since I'm just an ordinary person now, they'll probably just laugh in my face if I go asking them for help. True, but I mean, could you even blame them? I show up out of the blue, begging and groveling for their help with a show they won't even get paid for? Oh, no way. I'm dying from embarrassment just thinking about it. Nope, not happening.
Well, is there anything else we can do? This performance really means a lot to the guy we're working for.
Have I not made myself clear? You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't want this job, nor do I know of anyone else who would. Sorry. I didn't mean for that to sound so harsh. I wish I could help, really. But if I thought I had the answer to this problem, I would have said so by now.
It's all right, Furina. Paimon just wanted to make sure we tried everything. Oh, everyone in the troupe will be so disappointed. Yeah, I guess that's all we can do now. All right, then. We'll see you around, Furina.
Toodaloo to you, too. I'm going home to take a rest now.
Okay, so we're gonna have to go back.
It's too
Tell them the
bad,
bad
but we have
news.
to respect Furina's decision. Maybe the thought of performing brings up too many painful memories now.
Alright.
Huh? What's going on? Are they arguing?
That's besides the point. I'll ask you again. Why did you start looking for a replacement without my consent? When did I tell you I'm going to take a step back?
You didn't need to say it. We've known each other for how long now? We know the signs. But you never tell us about your illness, even when it's clearly flaring up.
And that gives you the right to make a decision on my behalf?
Shortly after you left, the troupe's lead actress came to the Adventurers Guild. She believes that she's healthy enough to perform. Excuse me, but can you both take a moment to discuss something else for now? The adventurer assigned to your commission has returned.
Sorry, I was just dealing with a little misunderstanding. So, how did your conversation with Furina go?
Sadly, it's a no from her. We tried to persuade her, but she wasn't having it. She doesn't want to play the role for personal reasons.
I see. Well, circumstances have changed a little, so maybe that's not such bad news after all. You see, our leading lady has just informed me that she's well enough to make it to the show after all. Staging the musical with the full original cast was always the dream, of course.
Oh, right! Sounds like everything worked itself out then. Yeah, she'd be livid. We'd get the scolding of a lifetime.
Jeez, is Lady Furina really so harsh with people?
Only joking, calm down. So, guess we can consider this case closed now, huh? Despite the fact that we failed to complete the commission, we were still racking our brains for ideas on the way back here.
Look, there's no point arguing with you about this anymore. You've made yourself very clear, so I'll stop looking for a replacement. This is the last chance we have, though. If your illness flares up again, there won't be time to find anyone to replace you. So, are you absolutely sure you'll be able to handle it? The whole team is putting everything they have into this final performance. We have to make sure it goes ahead.
Yes, I'm completely confident. I've been taking a new medication from the doctor, and it's working brilliantly. I'll definitely be able to tough it out until the performance day. I share everyone's desire to commemorate all our years as a troupe with a proper farewell show. So the last thing I want is to be left out. Every one of us thinks of this troupe as their home, myself included.
You're right. I'm sorry. I let myself get too worried about the show. I should have asked for your permission first.
All's well that ends well. Sounds like the show will go on. Sure.
Hey, how did you... I was just passing by because I realized I forgot a couple of items on my shopping list. All right, I'm coming. No need to drag me. Hello, one and all. I couldn't help but overhear your conversation just now.
Furina? Didn't you say you were gonna take a rest at home? What are you doing here?
I was just ever so slightly concerned about the situation you mentioned. Yes, a teensy bit concerned, that's all. When you came to talk with me earlier, I jumped right to explaining my position and said some strongly worded things. And all before I even had a full grasp of the situation. Anyway, I just feel a bit bad about how it went down. I'm sorry, Paimon.
Oh, it's totally fine. Paimon didn't take any of that personally.
You really have a knack for asking the most uncomfortable questions, don't you? I felt very sheepish, having had a change of heart after flatly refusing you. And then, to make matters worse, you caught me. But in any case, it sounds like the issue has already been resolved.
Yeah. When they said they were gonna ask for your help, I almost had a heart attack. I mean, how could we be worthy of having Lady Furina star in our show?
There's no need to think like that, and no need to keep addressing me as Lady. Just Furina is fine. I was wondering, if this troupe is so important to all of you, why does it have to disband? If the difficulties are purely financial, then there must be a solution. You could put the shows on pause while you look for a sponsor, for instance. Everyone seems so devoted to the troupe. I'm sure if you keep chipping away, you'll find a way through.
We all want to believe that, but some things are just beyond our control. Everything's been going downhill ever since we lost our director. She was the heart and soul of our troupe. She kept us going.
Her name was O'Reilly, and she was the founder as well as the artistic director of our troupe. And tragically, she was a victim in the serial disappearances case.
What?
That's actually how I recognized these two. It was all thanks to their efforts that the true culprit was brought to justice. But still, no sentence can bring our director back to us.
She was a loyal fan of your performances, Miss Furina. They were what first inspired her to get into musical theater. She rallied many people around her who were destitute or had lost their sense of purpose in life, and convinced them to join her troupe. She wrote her own scripts, acted on stage, and mentored each and every one of us. People loved our performances back then. We seemed to be going from strength to strength. Things were really looking up for us.
And then disaster struck.
Yeah. After that, the entire troupe fell into disarray. None of us know anything about script writing, let alone how to handle the business side of things. We've been doing the best we can. But despite our efforts, things are slowly but surely falling apart. It's agonizing. But ultimately, we'd rather end things now on our own terms than stick it out to the bitter end and watch all our dreams turn to dust.
Oh.
What a terrible waste. A gifted artist from humble beginnings who achieved so much and no doubt had much more to give. And then her life was so cruelly taken. I suppose it's fair to say then that this final show, besides being your farewell to the stage, is also your final gift for her?
Yes, exactly. We all miss her terribly.
Well, good thing I followed the traveler here. After hearing this tragic tale, I can no longer stand by and do nothing.
Furina.
I know what you're thinking, but I by no means plan to cross the boundary I've set for myself. Besides, they're no longer looking for a replacement anyway. I can, however, provide some artistic guidance from the vantage point of a highly experienced audience member. But only if you feel this is something that would help, of course.
Oh, most definitely! We'll take any guidance that you can give.
We unfortunately don't have any budget for a consultant, though. Will that be a problem?
I don't need any compensation. All I'd ask in return, if you're willing, is that you tell me some more about the life and work of your late director. Something I've begun to realize since my departure from the Opera Epiclese is that there's a lot you don't see when you observe everything from on high. The law only judges criminal behavior and does not weigh human emotion. The court's verdict can settle the question of criminal liability, but what about all the unresolved emotions of the parties involved? What happens to them? An interesting answer. But if you ask me, I think all emotion shall ultimately return home to the heart and slowly settle with the passage of time. Take, par exemple, how this troupe pines for their late director. Things such as this I have never witnessed before, and so I should like to observe.
perchance to understand.
Huh. Still a fan of your old dramatic monologues then, huh? You just want to get back in on the action, don't you?
No. This is a completely different situation. Pearls before swine.
The name's not Swine, it's Paimon!
Would you be willing to join me? Come on, take a break from adventuring to listen to a story.
Thank you all so much. Our director was a huge fan of Miss Furina's performances, as of course we all are. Alright, follow me. We'll go to our usual practice space. Please excuse the size. It's a little on the smaller side.
I'll race you there!
Okay, so I gotta go to the rehearsal location. So let's see where this is at. Okay, so it's over there. So yeah, we just like run across.
Get ready for the gliding champion of Mondstadt!
Oh, jeez, man.
I'll race you there!
I think I might be getting
I'll race you
a
there!
little tired. Okay, so it's right over here. Awesome. We just gotta enter here and boom. There we go. So it might have a cutscene coming up, so. Here we go.
Huh? Lady Furina?
What's Lady Furina doing here?
Hello all. Allow me to explain. As of today, Miss Furina will be supporting our production of The Little Oceanid in the role of artistic consultant. These two over here are the ones that made it possible. They kindly reached out to Miss Furina on our behalf. I'm sure they need no introduction. You bet! That was the trial of the century!
You helped bring our director's murderer to justice. We can't thank you enough.
Oh, please don't mention it. We're just here to join in on the fun.
So, you were saying The Little Oceanid?
Yeah, that's the name of our final show. It's an unfinished script left behind by our director. One of our greatest regrets is that she never got to complete it. So, if we can bring it to the stage and make it a successful show, we can all take some solace in that.
Wait, but if it's not finished, then...
Yeah, we've been battling issues on every front trying to realize this dream. Anyway, let me give you a quick summary of what the story's all about. The protagonist of the story is a young Oceanid who transforms herself into human form, despite the protests of her family. She longed to live just like any other human, and sure enough, she found friendship and even love. Everything seemed perfect. But one day, her true identity was exposed, and her world came crashing down around her.
So far, so good. A classic tale. What happened after that?
That's one of the issues we've been trying to deal with. Unfortunately, this was as far as the director got with her script. We need a proper ending so we can bring this musical to the stage. But people have different opinions on which direction to take it in.
We still haven't decided between a happy ending or a true-to-life tragedy.
By true to life, you mean the director's sudden disappearance?
Yeah, like they say, truth is stranger than fiction. But then there's the question of whether we really want to use the stage to pass our raw pain onto the audience.
Exactly. A lot of the time, people come to watch a show just hoping for some light entertainment. We have to consider their emotional stake in this, not just our own. And one last thing. We're still waiting on confirmation from two of our main actors. The first is Paulo, who plays the protagonist's lover. He's locked himself away to focus on writing an ending for the script, but the deadline's passed and we still haven't heard from him. The other is Villemont, who plays the main antagonist. He took the director's death pretty hard. Hasn't set foot in the city since. He did write to us, promising that he'll be there for the final performance, but we haven't seen or heard from him since. So we're not really sure what to make of that.
Huh. Although, now that we have Miss Furina helping us, maybe we should take the opportunity to get everyone back together.
What opportunity? What do you mean?
Maybe you're unaware, but your name has always been like a rallying cry for us.
Our director was constantly singing your praises. All of us look up to you as a role model.
Oh, stop! You're making me all flustered. Although, not in a bad way. I suspect the reason they're dragging their feet is that they have their doubts about whether the show will really go ahead, considering all the issues you've been facing. But one by one, all the obstacles are being removed. Now is the time to rally the troops.
Makes sense. Okay, priority number 1, let's check in with Paulo and see where he's at with the ending. He went back to Poisson a few days ago, said that staying in a friend's home might help him to relax and escape the feeling of isolation.
I thought the last thing his friend would want right now would be to take visitors, given that Poisson was flooded not too long ago. But I guess it's the opposite. A friend in need and all that.
Yeah, maybe he could use some company.
Poisson. Nothing. I suppose my presence will be indispensable if we are to restore his faith in the show. So, allons-y. To Poisson!
Okay, looks like I'm gonna have to go to Poisson. So let's see what's gonna happen here. Alright, so... Let's see if there's any treasure around here, just in case. Like any treasure chest. You never know, because, like, probably may never come back here again, you know? I guess not. Oh well. Okay, let's go to Poisson. Yeah, Poisson is that way. Oh yeah, that's right. I had always forgotten that Poisson is like under the water. So let's go this way. We'll go the long way. Yeah, we'll go the long way. Because there is something that I want to do. Let's see. So I have 315. Do I actually want to... think cruise. Do I rebuild my Russin? Yes or no? Maybe no. But however, I am building Cloud Retainer, so she is doing pretty good. I'll give you that. And today's what, Tuesday? Ah, yes, today is indeed Tuesday, so that means that I can actually get some of this stuff today, so because I need a few more of those. Because this sucker is almost on level 70. I think if this is on level 80, right? At 50%. Level 90 is at 55%. So, yeah. So there is a chance that she can actually get a good amount of crit damage. Crit rate, there's a chance that you'll get like 33% crit rate, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, crit rate would be like 31.1%. Yeah, I think every single one is 31.1. Yeah, every single one. Yeah, so she's gonna get 31.1. It's already at 26.8% of crit damage. 21.8. Yeah, there's a chance that she'll get like 40% crit rate
there's
of crit
something
damage.
strange over there. Come on, let's take a look.
Yeah, more like 41% crit damage, if I'm not mistaken, which I think that's perfectly enough for her. But I did say it was temporary until I have like the right stuff for crit damage and stuff like that. I know the entrance is over here. At the entrance of Poisson, but the problem, the only main problem, the way it sounds, it's so different. Go this way. Didn't mean to do that. Let's get all this stuff down here. Yeah, I like going like through the bottom because that that actually leads to the Millazine, leads out of the Millazine cave. So that's like a one way out. Is it one way out? Oh no. That leads to like a cave. This leads to Poisson. But I know for a fact that there's a lot more in Fontaine like later on though, because I think they're gonna reveal some stuff in like 4.5 if I'm not mistaken, and I think there's gonna be something else in 4.6 because they gotta unlock a new area in Mondstadt soon too. So like in the next several months. I don't think it's I don't think it's close, but I think it's gotta be like in the summer. How the hell did I just get to this this wrecked ship? Okay. Yeah, I know how to get up there at some point. I honestly thought it was above water. I mean, I thought it was underwater, but it's not. Okay, so we have to go over here. I think you get 60 primos here, so here we go.
If I remember correctly, this is where he's staying.
Who is it?
It's me. Is the script ready?
You came all the way here for that?
All right. Forget that for now. Just come on out. We've got some great news.
Nice try. Look, just give me some time, okay? I'm just wrapping up this last part of the script. I'll be out once I'm done.
Okay, then. Looking forward to your masterpiece.
So, as expected, he's missed the deadline.
The ending is one of the most important parts of the show. Even once he's done, it isn't final until we've all had the chance to read through and make sure we agree on it.
Someone told me they'd just seen you in Poisson. I assumed it was a case of mistaken identity, but sure enough, here you are. And Furina, too.
I was wondering if we might run into her.
So, you're here for Palo? Looks like you could be a while, so feel free to take a stroll around town in the meantime. I've made all the arrangements already.
Oh, it's okay. We can just wait here.
Thank you for being so considerate, Miss Navia. That sounds wonderful. We'll take that stroll. Get over here, you! How oblivious are you?
Someone's gonna get a scolding.
How are things in Poisson now? Any better?
Things are on the mend, but it's a slow process. Some people may never recover from the trauma they experienced.
I'm sorry to hear that. I wish there was something I could do.
Please, must our conversations take such a depressing turn every time we meet? We all have painful memories, but we don't have to let them cloud everything we do. And if you're trying to make a new start, perhaps it's best if you don't bring up the past all the time.
Thank you for your words of comfort. You make a very good point. But for now, at least, I think I should stay with the way I'm feeling for a while longer.
It's okay. These things take time. Moving on from a painful experience is easier said than done. Which brings me to why I'm here. I thought you should probably know that not everyone here is ready to forgive and forget after the Hydro Archon's inaction in the face of catastrophe. To avoid upsetting the peace, I told the townspeople that everyone here is a member of the theater troupe, and that you are just an actress playing the role of Furina. It's not a perfect solution, but hopefully it means you won't have to lie low while you're here.
That's so thoughtful of you, Navia.
Well, what do you expect? I am the courageous and considerate president of Spina di Rosula, after all, like my father before me. Anyway, that was all. Look after her now.
Off we go then. Let's take a look up there. I don't have any friends that I can be frank and honest with, so maybe she's right. You're the closest thing to friends that I have.
Alrighty then, so I'm gonna have to like just walk right there because I think there's gonna be another dialogue. Let me just check to see what's over here. Wait, what level's my Navia anyway? If I'm not mistaken. Let me just check. Oh, she's only on level 60. Okay, so I guess we can actually Oh wait, I have enough for all of this since I've built up so much. I just gotta keep doing her boss. And she's already got the crit damage and stuff. I think she's built on crit rate, right? No. She's not. Damn. She needs to be built on crit rate. And at this rate, this... I do not think... Well, some of this has to, like, legit be built on crit rate. This is crit damage, right? 6.2. What this is certain is I want to make sure that everything's gonna be okay. Alright, let's actually go to the point right here.
I'm so grateful that Miss Nafia was so understanding. To be perfectly honest, I didn't know if I was ready to meet her. It's always easiest to just run away from your problems. But that never fixes anything. You can't get around the obstacles without facing them.
So that's why you were nervous when they brought up Poisson.
Yeah. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared of coming back here. Still, I felt it was something I had to do. As I was saying before, I want to see for myself the things that I never could in the past. I'd be overjoyed if the people here could find it in their hearts to forgive me. But they're more likely to unleash a tirade of vitriol against me. Which, of course, I completely understand and accept. Yeah, I can tell people are watching me. I'm sure some people here see the idea of someone coming to Poisson dressed as the Hydra Archon as extremely disrespectful. I used to be terrified of the gaze of other people, especially when they had suspicion or resentment in their eyes. I guess I wasn't quite ready for this after all.
I'm not surprised you're making yourself go through all of this.
What do you mean by that? You expected me to just keep running and hiding from my responsibility forever?
Look! There seems to be a crowd gathering over there.
Probably time we made a move. How about we check out Spina di Rasula's ship? We should have a view of the whole of Poisson from there.
I feel like running.
Okay, so we gotta get up to the... So we gotta get up to that ship up there. So... Oh. A minute there, I thought his name was actually Rage. Ah, jeez, man, yo, that's funny.
Bet you can't keep up with me.
I'm sorry. You probably just wanted a relaxing stroll. And here I am dumping all this heavy stuff on you.
We don't mind. It's actually refreshing to see a different side of you.
Great.
Well, I appreciate your company, so please don't disappear just yet. I don't know whether you can tell, but the years of suffering and loneliness aren't the only reason I have a hard time facing up to who I used to be. As I stand here by the ship, I can't get the images of the rising water out of my mind. One after another, people were taken by the water. All those treasured lives and memories washed out of existence in an instant. They thought their god would protect them. They had absolute faith that when disaster struck, a divine power would save them from harm. And all the while, I played my part to perfection to convince them that was true. But then the floodwaters finally came, and the Hydro Archon did nothing.
You shouldn't look at it like that. You were only doing your duty.
I've had to go through so many moments like that for the sake of protecting the truth. As time went on, it got harder and harder to bear, and I became more lonely and isolated. Eventually, I realized I had nothing left except the truth. I became terrified of completely failing in my task, and was haunted by the thought of being left all alone, weeping on my throne. Fortunately, we were able to avoid the worst-case scenario thanks to the help of heroic individuals such as yourselves. Everyone rose to their responsibilities, and I finally regained my freedom. But on some level, freedom also means no longer being needed. I have no further use to people.
Paimon would have never imagined you'd see it that way.
Reward? I guess so. Back then, I didn't even dare to dream about having someone to confide in. I was scared of someone recognizing me for who I truly was, and exposing the secret I swore to protect. Believe in the Furina you see on stage. She is the one you can trust. I had to keep all my feelings, all my curiosity about life to myself. No one could be allowed to know. That's what I really meant when I said I'm no good at maintaining relationships.
So that's where you were coming from. Paimon totally thought you were just a bit of a diva at heart.
Could you please get off my case? I don't know what's gotten into you today. I'm making an effort here. You could at least try to do the same.
Someone just randomly just joined and tried to join my world and just ruined a moment, damn it. Like, dude.
I do. I once had nothing but the truth, and now I'm finally free to live my own life again. And even though I have no idea where I'm going right now, at least the choice is in my hands. All right, it's about time to head back. Paulo should have finished the ending by now.
Sure. Okay, let's head back and check it out.
Alright. Now it's time to get back down there. Or not. And not try to get killed over here. I'm a long way down. Alright, it's down there, so... Alright, there we go.
Didn't you say you needed to watch what you eat? You're supposed to be cutting down on fried foods, not wolfing down copious quantities of fish and chips, you know?
Come on. It's not every day we get to dine at Spina di Rosula's expense. Can you believe how generous she is? I'm not about to pass on free food. Anyway, my character doesn't need to be slim and good-looking. That's your job.
Are you kidding me right now? It's not your character's health I'm worried about, it's yours. I've spent my whole life battling the effects of ill health, and it kills me to watch you willingly ruin yours by filling yourself up with junk all the time.
Oh no, looks like they're arguing again. We're back! Could you maybe put your differences aside for a moment?
You're back. We've been enjoying Spina di Rosula's VIP treatment in your stead. Paulo's nearly done. We shouldn't have to wait too much longer.
Great! So you were discussing your characters, right? We heard she's playing the Oceanid who turns into a human girl. What about you?
Me? I'm an Oceanid too.
He was originally supposed to take the form of a crane, but he outgrew that role. Well, the costume at least. So now he's playing the boar instead.
Sorry.
The boar's not a bad character, actually. He's the one who raises the little Oceanid, yes?
That's right. He has some pretty memorable lines too, like when he imparts some solemn words of wisdom to the little Oceanid. If you become human, you can reveal your secret to no one. You will face suffering and loneliness. Is this truly what you want?
Wait, that sounds kind of familiar.
It's the most important line in the whole script. I think it's a symbolic statement about our director's life and legacy. She kept quiet about all the trials and tribulations she faced in running our troupe, allowing us to devote ourselves fully to performing. It was only after she was gone that we realized how tough her job really was.
You mentioned earlier that the troupe is like your home.
Yeah. I was born with an incurable illness, and once my family found out it couldn't be treated, they decided they didn't want me anymore. I spent some years taking whatever work I could find and trying to manage my illness with various medicines. But whenever I had a bad flare-up, I'd be lying in an alleyway for days at a time. It was like that until the director found me one day. She told me I had a great voice and asked if I was interested in studying singing from her. I said yes. She took me under her wing, taught me to both sing and act, helped me find Mora for my meds, took care of me when my condition decided to flare up. I know it was all a huge burden on her.
She sounds like a really incredible person.
She really was. She gave everything she had to her troupe and the people in it. All of us were so proud to call her our director. I was a lost child too when she found me. As the child of a murderer, my parents weren't around when I was little, so I got sent to an orphanage. The other kids were always picking fights with me. They'd say things like, "Come on, you must be pretty tough if you're the son of a murderer." It was just to taunt me, though. I was an easy target, and they knew it. One day, I got beaten up so bad that I just couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I lost all faith in humanity by that point. Thought the whole world was out to get me.
Let me guess. Fortunately, the next person you ran into was the director.
Yeah. For the first time in my life, I was somewhere I felt safe. And I promised myself I'd stay here until the day the group parted ways.
The day you hoped would never come. How times change.
Oh, you're finally done? Get your butt over here. There's someone I need to introduce you to. This is our new artistic consultant, Miss Furina.
Furina? The Furina? Oh my god, how did you manage to wrangle that?
Please, the honor is all mine. I was profoundly moved to hear about your troupe and your wonderful director.
I just wanted to do something to help.
Same here.
Even so, this is just... Oh, wow. I'm sorry. I'll try to calm down. Now, where was I? Ah, yes, the script, of course. Let me give you a rundown of how the story unfolds in my version of the script. I'm sure you're already familiar with the beginning of the story. A little Oceanid decides she wants to become a human, against the wishes of her family. She finds love and friendship in the bustling city. But then, disaster strikes. The people start to notice that all the fresh water in the surrounding area is slowly disappearing. The soil is becoming arid, plants and flowers are withering, and the people begin to panic. The little Oceanid, Cleo, and her lover decide to do something about it and investigate the truth of the matter together. In the end, they discover that all the waste and pollution created by humans over the years has caused the fresh water to flee the land, as if driven by a consciousness of its own.
Consciousness? You mean the water is sentient?
Water as a conscious entity. There's actually quite a few stories that explore this theme.
Since the little Oceanid is a water spirit, she immediately understands how the water is feeling. She then tells her lover about her true identity, as well as the truth behind the crisis. Her lover accepts her for who she is, and works with her to find a way to bring the water back. However, unbeknownst to them, there were some people eavesdropping when she revealed her secret. The little Oceanid is accused of being directly responsible for driving the water away, and faces the greatest dilemma of her life.
And then?
In the end, she makes the brave decision to sacrifice herself to save her lover, and the rest of humanity.
Huh? But didn't they all treat Cleo like a villain? Why would she want to save them after that?
Well, she mainly wanted to save her lover, plus everyone who'd stood up for her.
Through her love for her human partner, she was able to find an even greater love, one that extended to all of humanity. Surely the biggest strength of Cleo's character.
There's actually something else that bothers me. You know the protagonist is supposed to represent the director, right? And she never had the chance to become a hero in our world. If we're serious about dedicating this show to her memory, we should make the ending as true to life as possible. What about if the little Oceanid is hounded to death by people who hate her, her lover makes sure her secret never gets out, and humanity continues down the path to extinction?
That sounds like too cruel of an ending to me. And perhaps a little irresponsible to present to the audience.
That ending would be a perfect mirror to Director Aureli's death, both arbitrary and meaningless. On the day when she went missing, Director Aureli had instructed us all, somewhat out of the blue, to leave the court of Fontaine and wait for her outside the city. We waited and waited at the rendezvous point, but she never came. By the time we returned to the city, she disappeared without a trace. We looked for her. The Gardamex looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found. Increasingly, all the signs seemed to point to her being the latest victim in the serial disappearances case.
The director was the kindest soul in the world, yet she was senselessly sacrificed for the sake of a so-called experiment by someone who had nothing to do with her at all.
But doesn't the way she suddenly told you to leave the city suggest that maybe she had some sense of what was about to happen? It almost seems as if she was moving you to safety.
I've been trying to follow up on that ever since, but all my efforts so far have turned up nothing. Villemont might know something, but he won't open up to me.
Villemont? The one who's playing the role of the villain?
Yeah. He's been overwhelmed by grief. I think the director's death hit him hardest of all.
Grief? Guilt, more like. Also, I have a hard time imagining that anyone took it harder than me. Because, well, speaking of the play being true to life, I was deeply, madly in love with Aureli.
What? You You kept that one quiet.
It's time to be upfront with you all. No more keeping secrets from each other. We'll never be able to agree on the ending if we can't be honest about how we feel. I did tell her how I felt once, but she turned me down pretty much straight away. She said that we were all like brothers and sisters to her, and she'd never considered us as potential romantic partners. Not that it came as a shock or anything. It was what I was expecting to hear. So I told her I'd always be there for the troupe, and I'd always be there for her. I said, maybe one day in the future, when everyone's settled into their own lives and on the up and up, and managing the troupe no longer required her constant attention, well, maybe then she could reconsider what she really wanted in her life. And now, that day will never come.
Oh, Paulo.
So if I'm the one writing this ending, then I'm gonna make sure it does right by O'Reilly. I won't let anyone get in the way of that.
In that case, you have to straighten things out with Vilmont once and for all, face to face. We've all had our differences of opinion over the ending, but those two have never seen eye to eye on anything. One of them has to compromise if we're ever going to reach a final decision.
Well, if that's where we're at, looks like it's time to go visit Vilmont.
Are you ready to face the truth?
Honestly, I'm slightly terrified. But for the sake of our final performance, I'll do whatever it takes. Funny you should ask, though. You really do get what I'm going through right now.
I certainly do. Come on, everyone. Allons-y!
I know that word is French though, but I wonder what that means. Huh. Okay, so I'm guessing we're at the final... Yeah, we're at the final phase now. So that means that this quest is about to come to an end, actually. So yeah, we're gonna have to go this way then. Okay. I do have Lady Furina, so I can actually put her in the party. So if I have to use her, then I will bring her in. So that way she's not my trial character. Yeah, we'll bring in Furina.
Witness my magnificence!
Okay. Oh, know what I've noticed? Yeah, okay. So her hair does get long. When she has the white outfit. So this is her actual form. Because she actually does have short hair. Okay, so... This is just in case.
This is tough going. Delphi,
Won't bother the birds.
are you sure you can manage in your condition?
I could ask you the same question.
Aw, man, dude. Could let me just finish the cutscene or the dialogue.
As if this journey wasn't tough enough already without a roadblock.
Don't worry. We should all be fine with the traveler here. We don't need to take a detour. Wait, why are you all looking at me? You're not seriously expecting me to fight, are you?
We're just curious, that's all. I don't think anyone's ever seen Furina in a fight before.
Yeah, but don't you remember why? The Hydro Archon willingly gave up all her power so it could be converted into Indemnitium. Miss Furina said so herself.
Precisely! And I'm not even the Hydro Archon anymore, so all my power is gone anyway. As much as it pains me, unfortunately, I should just stay put. I'm more like a damsel in distress more than anything.
That sounded so smug. Ugh, secondhand embarrassment is unbearable.
What should I choose? Let's see.
Hey, lay off, all right? My bluff is hanging from a thread here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I got carried away. Please help us out, would you?
Aw, too bad. I was so pumped to feast my eyes on fight mode Furina.
Sorry to leave all the heavy lifting to you.
Don't worry, piece of cake.
Alright.
My apologies.
Let the world collide!
Oh, shoot. Ah, damn it. I knew I should have freaking brought Amber when I needed her the most. No, man, this...
Positions.
I messed up. Can I leave the circle? Aw, man. Why did I have to cry out? Okay. Maybe I can actually leave? Oh no, going back in the circle. Hold on. I have to leave the circle. I need to change characters. Okay, one character stay this. Okay. Damn it. I screwed up. Alright, we're gonna have to bring in...
More companions!
Yeah,
Hooray!
there we go. Sorry, Ganyu, but I'm gonna have to... I'm gonna be needing... her for this. Yoimiya.
Time for a light show!
There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Oh! No, no, no. We're not... Y'all not getting up on me.
Take flight!
You guys are not getting up on me.
Fire hazard!
Wait, where did this all come from anyway? That's what I was gonna say. She does the melt.
Strike a pose! Bravo! Good show! You certainly live up to your reputation.
Yeah, thank you. Anyway, the path is cleared now, so onwards and upwards.
Okay, should have known better. I could have used like the better characters instead of having like the wrong characters. Okay, so I'm gonna have to switch. Okay, so
The campaign
put the right
begins.
Shogun in. Okay, might run into other enemies, so we're gonna have to like go up here. I guess this is it.
Vilma, are you there?
Huh? Oh, it's you guys. Wait, What's Lady Furina doing here?
I can explain. We've been rounding up the whole troupe. We now have everyone except you.
So, you think knowing the truth about the director's disappearance will help you write an ending to the script that pleases everyone? I care just as much as everyone else about making the Little Oceanid a success. That's why I wanted to wait until after the show. If I open this can of worms now, I just don't want to make things difficult between us. We're supposed to be a unit when we're on stage.
Viamont, avoiding the truth will not help anyone. Unless you mean to suggest that Aurelie's death had something to do with you.
I don't want to talk about it.
Listen, Viamont. I used to think that my love for Aurelie was a point of shame. I never brought it up to anyone. But now, I've made up my mind to put it all on the table. I'm prepared to face everything, to sacrifice everything for the sake of the show. The Little Oceanid cannot be complete unless we do justice to Aurelie on an emotional level.
This is why people think of you as not being the smart one. As you all know already, the troupe was kept afloat not from ticket sales, but donations from the audience. Of course, that was nowhere near enough. We took on side jobs when we weren't performing, but even then, the troupe's financial situation was pretty dire. So, anyway, one day after a show, a merchant came to me and offered us a huge sponsorship. In return, we just had to provide the audience with their drinks during performances. It seemed like a win-win, so I said yes to it on the spot without consulting the director. It was only when the merchant came to deliver the goods that I realized the drink in question was synth.
Isn't that the drink peddled by the culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
I freaked out when I saw the boxes. And I told the director everything right away. She was completely shocked as well. But she didn't reprimand me for making the decision without consulting her. Instead, she contacted the merchant and stated that the troupe could not agree to this collaboration. The merchant was furious, berated us for going back on our word, and threatened to sue us for damages. The amount was astronomical. There was no way we'd be able to pay.
And then?
I was going to sort it on my own, but the director stopped me. She said that this was an issue for the whole troupe and it wasn't my fault. But things only got worse from there. The synth merchant just wouldn't let up, and then suddenly the director told us all to leave the city one day. I knew then that things must have reached a boiling point. I admit this whole thing was my mistake. I didn't dare to tell any of you the truth back then, and after the director disappeared, I was even more afraid to say anything. Yeah, I got Aurelie killed. There, I said it. Happy now?
Hey, don't say that.
You traitor! You knew Aurelie was in danger. Why in God's name didn't you tell us? What do you mean, you were afraid? This was a life-and-death situation. We could have saved her! How could you be so stupid?
Please, try not to get too worked up.
Yeah, listen to him. You need to stay calm.
Stay calm? How can I stay calm? This guy got Aurelie murdered! She was the love of my life! And he has the gall to try and high-road us, claiming that he kept his mouth shut for the sake of the show! How about taking some responsibility for what he's done?
All I can say is I'm sorry. Truly. I wanted to apologize to everyone in the troupe, but that won't bring back the director. What good is my apology now? I'm just a coward who made an awful, terrible mistake that I can never take back. Beat me up if you want. Kill me if you prefer. It's what I deserve. End my life. So I can meet the director and apologize to her in person.
Get out of my sight! Go! Get lost! I don't ever want to see your face again!
That's enough! You've screamed and shouted at each other for long enough. Now pipe down, both of you! Can you stop conflating the show on stage with your real-life relationships in the troupe? You keep saying that you want to use this final performance to pay tribute to your director and celebrate her life. How can you do that if you're just using it as an excuse to vent your own emotions?
You're right.
I'm sorry.
On stage, the lead role is the focal point of the audience's attention. And you're all used to seeing the director as the heart of the troupe. But in her own life, her greatest desire wasn't to be the center of attention. I can tell how much she loved you all, and how much she loved the troupe. What she wanted was to build a warm home for all of her brothers and sisters. To shield you all from the storms that rage in the world outside. That's how you should remember her. And that's what you should be celebrating. I understand why you're trying to make her the hero of the story, but isn't she your hero already? After everything she did for you?
Yeah.
So think hard about what that means. And then think again about what you hope to achieve by arguing with each other. If you really hate each other and can't reconcile your differences, then you could just call it quits now. Why bother with the final performance if the group is already fractured? But you can't bring yourself to do that, can you? You care too much about Director O'Reilly and the home she built you all to let go. What are you laughing at? I don't see what's so funny.
Sorry, I didn't mean it that way. It's just that, for a moment there, it felt like our director was back with us again. If she'd seen Paulo and Vilmont at each other's throats like that, she would have scolded them exactly like you did, in that same stern voice.
Really? But she sounded like such a gentle person.
Of course she was. Even her harshest lectures came from a place of kindness, and it showed. She really was a truly outstanding person.
What you said, it really puts everything into perspective.
I'm truly sorry. I really meant for this to be a genuine apology, but I ended up making it all about me and my self-pity.
It's all right. Let's save all this for after the performance.
So, the ending. What are we gonna do about it?
Clearly, everyone needs to take a step back for now and reflect on what really matters. When emotions are running high, things get lost in the fray. The end of the story needs to focus back on O'Reilly herself. She's the true star of the show.
What do you mean?
The Traveler is right. You once investigated that underwater synth base and recovered items belonging to the victims. If you could find anything that O'Reilly left behind, perhaps we can get a better sense of what she went through in her final days.
You really think that's possible?
I trust that nobody would object to the ending of the story being based on O'Reilly's true feelings?
No.
Well, we'll leave this in your capable hands.
Come, let's pay a visit to the Palais Mermonia. The rest of you, head back to the rehearsal location for now, and wait for our good news.
Oh, looks like Savage actually has invited me to join his PS4 chat. So, he might. Oh, hold on, thought. Wait a minute. Damn it! I freaking hate it when I end up having to sneeze out of nowhere. Knew it was coming too. All right, give me 1 second, guys. Damn, I don't know what's going on here. Did I not freaking charge this yesterday? Oh, maybe not. Because my... I think this was off since Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, not much. God, dude, I've been on a freaking wild goose chase looking for that stupid flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I freaking went to that dollar store near me and... no dice. Hello, what's this? I didn't see this.
I'm seeing by me, according
I want to help.
Well, at least according to the internet, the 7-Eleven by me carries it, the Walgreens.
It's been a while since I've limbered up.
The Walmart. Yeah, this is all by me right here.
Absorption test.
Oh, that's the Walmart we go to all the time. Right by the house. I wonder next time if we go to Walmart, I'll look for it there. See if they got it there. I know the Safeway by me has, because they've been under new management these last several months. And the guy's updated the stock for a lot of different things, and he's brought in like a ton of different monster flavors.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've finally seen a bunch of monster flavors that I haven't tried, like all the ultras that I haven't tried yet. I see the teas, and the juices. So maybe one of these days Safeway will start carrying it too.
Oh man, it's her again. Shoot. I should have known that. I should have known I should have triggered this. Yeah, but it was telling me like in there, so I'm just like, because I checked too, and I'm just okay. There's one at Walmart, there's one at CVS. I was like, God, that CVS has it. And there's no way that there's no way freaking Food Town will have it.
Looks like the Wawa by me has it too. The Wawa that's by the Safeway.
That's what I was thinking. Wawa probably has it too.
Or is that? Yeah, that's the Wawa right here by my house.
Oh shoot.
Yeah. That's right past the Safeway and all that. Yeah. So they carry it. It's telling me $3.20. That's the price that it's telling me.
$3.20. Jeez.
Yeah, I know. Because you know what it is that there's no sales tax here. So that's how they make up for the...
yeah, that's right.
So they bump up the price a little.
Certain states don't feature tax.
Yeah, there's no sales tax here in Delaware. For food too, yeah.
You guys are living tax free.
Well, yeah, as far as like shopping, yeah.
Yeah, shopping wise, yeah, I agree.
So maybe even the Walgreens by there too has it. That's right across the street from that Wawa. Maybe they have it too. But I mean, you've got the Safeway, you got the Rite Aid there. Rite Aid is another location they might have it at. I don't know, maybe this week or next week I'll check around for it and I'll let you know if they got any. But I mean, by then you might fucking, you're gonna be down here soon anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Make a check then if you still haven't found it up there.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just once I have one of my credit cards like stocked up and ready to go. But then again, last time I was here, I didn't even use none of my credit cards at all. But surprisingly, I actually saved money.
Yeah.
can't believe I fell for that freaking treasure chest, damn it. Well, at least I got 3 merges out of that one. 25 to say the least.
So that monster flavor, is it like a different version of green tea, or are they just bringing it back, the old one?
I mean, it's a revamp.
Oh, okay, so it's like a revamp. They might have changed the recipe a little.
Yeah.
Let's go out and play.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I might try it then too, if I find one.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Man, nothing is gonna beat Roho
I
tea.
await your instruction.
Roho tea, back when
Yo,
the teas were
Roho
brand
tea
new.
was the shit back then. That nothing compares to Roho tea, dude. Roho tea was like cranberry iced tea, man.
Yeah, it has some sort of cranberry flavor to it.
Yeah, it was funny, right? Because they I don't know who freaking came up with that flavor, but they freaking nailed it.
I know.
They know there was like no bad aftertaste on that one. It was like crisp, it was freaking fresh.
Oh, but they have the Ultra Fantasy Ruby Red. That's the one I really want to try, because I like the Ultras the best. The Ultras are my favorite.
Oh yeah, that's right though, the freaking Ruby Red. I think that's... I didn't see that one, but I know they had the Mango Loco one.
This... Okay, yeah.
Yeah, they brought that one. And I'm over here like... So... That's weird. I'll have to come back to this one later, so I'm gonna have to go back over here.
Let's see, which ones haven't I tried yet? I haven't tried Ultra Fiesta, Ultra Sunrise, Ultra Gold, Ultra Watermelon, Ultra Paradise, or whatever.
Oh, don't go for the
one.
Ultra Watermelon. I didn't like that one. I tried it. That was sour. It's like
Didn't
sour
you
watermelon.
Yeah, didn't you get me an Ultra Rosa that one time?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so I tried Ultra Rosa. It was okay.
Yeah, thank you for that one. Let's see. If it's one thing that I missed, it's the Ultra Black.
Yeah, Ultra Black was pretty good. That was a decent flavor too.
It was decent, yeah. You know.
They got rid of it. I don't know why, but it was a good flavor.
Maybe it was not the best seller.
Yeah, then it probably didn't sell too much.
So going inside the Court of Fontaine.
But what's interesting, I'm looking at the can for Ultra Fantasy Ruby Red. It's not like the typical Ultra Zero cans. Like they just got that, you know, that texture to it, like the raised bumps. It's like a smooth can.
Yeah.
And it's got like colored artwork on it, so that's different. Oh, there's a guy that reviewed this drink last year. Well, the end of last year. I guess it was like an advanced review. Oh, did I ever tell you that they had the Ultra Strawberry Dream At that, it's a random sandwich shop by my house.
No.
I remember when I first tried. Yeah, I wonder why they start. You know what it is? It's because it was the small cans. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, like they just started doing the small cans for cheaper to try to get like cheaper versions basically. So that's why they introduced like the 12-ounce cans.
Yeah, they have the peachy keen and the strawberry in that version in the small cans. So I was like, man, we searched high and low in the usual places like Walmart, all this fucking gas stations and supermarkets and couldn't find it, and those motherfuckers the whole time had it there. Like, wow.
Damn, that sucks.
We eventually found it, but damn.
Yeah, I heard that was pretty crazy.
Ultra Citron. There was Ultra Citron. Ultra Fiesta Mango. You ever tried the Beast?
I only wish life could be as leisurely as this a little more often.
I know those are alcoholic. I don't know
How greedy of me.
But...
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay,
no.
I see. Yeah.
No, I haven't. But I don't think I'm not gonna buy those, man, cause...
Oh, yeah?
No. Just don't want...
I would have maybe tried the peach flavor one time, but that's it.
Oh, okay, yeah, exactly.
Just to see what it's like. Oh, and they have scary berries.
Ooh.
Maybe the berry flavor would be alright too.
Alright guys, so I'm actually going to continue this quest tomorrow, so it's about to be almost 12 o'clock, so I'm actually going to wrap this up. So I'll be back tomorrow to finish Furina's story quest, and then get the last act of the Lantern Rite Festival, which basically I had to finish this quest in order to get the last one. So this is to be continued, and I will catch you guys tomorrow night. So until then guys, I'm LP Cruise 212, and I'm signing out for the night.